Hey twin, you already know what's going on, bro. Big Splash, no cap. And today I built Mecha Man from the game Dispatch in Lego. Dispatch has to be my favorite game that came out last year. Ever since I first saw the Mecha Man suit in episode 1, I needed to see it built in Lego. Specifically, this is the second version of the Mecha Man suit that was inherited by Robert from his father. In the season finale, him and Roy complete the new suit, which is the Mecha Man V3 armor. Personally, I really love the V3 suit a lot more and do hope to build my own version of it in the future. But for right now, I wanted to start off simpler with this one. There have been a few other creators who've built their own Mecha Man MOCs, but most of the ones I've seen either aren't the right color or the most accurate looking in my opinion. The color scheme for Mecha Man was especially important to me when designing this MOC. A lot of the other builds I've seen make the suit light bluish gray, which isn't how he is in game. Medium azure and dark azure are the closest official colors I can find for the suit, and Lego's part selection in these colors are kind of limited. Because of this, it was difficult designing at times because a certain part I would want to use wouldn't be available in the color I needed. One instance I just really couldn't make up for are these 1x2 grill slopes on the chest that aren't made in medium azure. I had to opt for medium blue instead because I couldn't really find another piece that captured the shape of the chest like this, but I don't really think it's that bad since the two colors are kind of close. Plus, it kind of fits the discolored, battle damaged look Robert's suit has anyway in game. Speaking of the chest, capturing the M logo was something I prioritized doing as no one else truly had really done it yet. Using these corner tiles to shape the letter came out amazing, and I really love how it looks. The chest section is removable, so you of course can fit Robert inside. Since this is a mech and because the build is pretty large, being able to fit a minifig inside was my #1 goal. Couldn't really fit any detail inside the cockpit though, but there's still a good bit of room inside to ensure it isn't an awkward fit. The entire mech is very articulated with joints at all the major areas of movement, so you're of course able to put Mecha Man in whatever pose you want, recreating your favorite moments and scenes from the game. I use this Speed Champions fender piece right here for the collar, which I think is an excellent example of parts usage. Really captures the overall shape of the section perfectly. The head design is something I'm especially proud of. Using this translucent corner tile for the eyes was a genius technique from Can't Build, and these wedge plates on the side perfectly captured the blocky look at the head. Also used these red sausage pieces coming out from the back to represent these two wires he has connected to the neck. These work so perfectly here. There's really no other piece that could have accomplished this apart from like rubber bands maybe. The back of the mech honestly wasn't that hard to design, which was surprising to me. Just used a variation of curve slopes and cheese slopes for most of it. Then I used these 1x2 grill slopes for the exhaust of the jet boosters that allow Mecha Man to fly. Moving on to the shoulders, this was definitely an interesting part to design since each one is a different color and very slightly in build. The right shoulder has this small front panel missing in game, so I used a couple black pieces and this one silver stud to recreate that section. Unfortunately, Lego doesn't have this inverted 1x1 bracket in dark azure yet, so I had to use a dark bluish gray one instead. Couldn't fit a 1x2 bracket here or find a good piece to replace it with without compromising the design too much, but to be fair, it does kind of fit the scrappy, worn down look of the shoulder. The left shoulder is more straightforward though, as it is mostly medium azure. The hands and lower legs were also inspired from Can't Build's design. I really love the way he designed the elbow joints using these 1x2 rounded plates and decided to use those here. I also think these curved slopes on the forearms look really sleek and accurate. Used a variation of pieces in dark azure on the thighs to capture their curved look. These 2x2 curved slopes were the best pieces I could think of to replicate Mecha Man's knee guards, and I think they look pretty good. The feet were again inspired by Finn, used some interesting techniques here, and again had to compromise in the color department with these 1x1 brackets, but again I don't really think it's that much of a drawback. For one of the first Lego mechs I've ever designed, I again extremely enjoy how this turned out. Robert Robertson has quickly become one of my favorite superheroes, and I'm so glad I was able to make this suit in Lego since we haven't gotten any official action figures or physical models of it yet. If you want to make the Man mech again for yourself, the instructions are available on Rebrickable and you can find the link to them in the description below. Additionally, if you enjoyed this creation and want to see me tackle the Mecha Man V3 suit next, make sure to let me know in the comments below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more LEGO content. Also, check out my Instagram at NofBuiltIt, where I post additional material and updates on what I'm currently building. And with that being said, it's just Nof signing out.